Hey everybody, this is Dustin, your specialist. So I'm looking at a brand new Brinkley, and the customers came in because they've been seeing a lot of our posts and pictures, and we've got quite a few Brinkleys now that are coming in. And so what I wanted to show you was we actually contacted the factory and said, hey, we have a consumer that's wanting to do a water deflection service, which is basically an exterior body reseal, right? Where we go and put sealant around everything. So the reason that we do that is to block out all the open gaps and voids that are in these bodies. So even though Brinkley's got that automotive seal package and it's great and this and that, well, it's just a, CYA, right? Protect yourself, right? That stuff that goes back behind there, it's a glue and a sealant that's made to bond the materials to it. And so that works out good. Less screws, less staples, less whatever. But as the coaches expand and contract, as they flex, as we go down the rough roads, depending on what kind of pin box we have, depending on how rough you are traveling with it, it's causing a lot of the areas to open up wider than what it should. Screws shift, moldings move, things come apart all the time. And we've seen that, over like myself, 26 years of doing it. So I'm gonna do a quick walk around on this unit just to show you. So Terry did a body reseal on this. He went ahead and put black on black, down, then he stopped and transitioned to white. So all the seams on this whole entire coach have been overlaid. This does not void your warranty. We reached out to Brinkley and we sent the owner the email as well. See how he stopped it with white and it contained all black. This is just a water deflection service. This is to help prevent water from getting past anything. You can see where he went around, all the latches and stuff as well, moldings. I'm gonna go and do the other side, all the battery vents, anything that water could get in through, he's done that. So again, this is a water deflection. So when I say that, we've all seen like water drips and stuff, like even this awning's currently got moisture on it dripping underneath. But as water runs down the sides, we don't want it to get back there. If there's any little spot, whether the tape or sealant that the factory put on didn't get in there right, or it shifted or moved, or when it was put on, if it didn't get stuck in the right spot, if it didn't catch it, then that takes a risk of being able to let water and stuff get back past it. So this sealant, as water's running down, we want it to hit and deflect off of these surfaces. Now that's just something that all manufacturers have been doing. So even here, see that water just ripped off my hand, right? And you see all this water that's on the ground right here. It is 9:49 on a Monday, and today is Monday the 2nd of March. So all this condensation in the shade, and it's pretty warm out. And same thing with all these spots. This is just all water dripping off of the coach. You can see all the water, right? There's dripping off the coach. So we want to protect your investment. See all the water here is just dripping off my finger, right? We want to protect your investment. We want to keep any water from getting in if possible. So same thing, Terry went back around and sealed all these side edges on both sides, all the little transitions around all the lights, sealed all around the Schwintek slide outs. Anywhere where he could get silicone on it, he went in. And I say silicone. Oh my God, Dustin, you're saying silicone. It's an RV, whatever you want to call it, RV grade, marine grade, aircraft grade, airplane grade, whatever the hell you want to consider it, go for it. But it's made for our industry. And there are hundreds of thousands of different types and brands of sealant out there, right? So it's like shampoo or conditioner. Walk down the shampoo and conditioner aisle in the store and go, shit, what kind do I get, right? So we'll use a product called Novaflex. We use GeoCell. We use Boss. We use Dicor cap sealant. We use some older stuff, different Proflexes. Even the GeoCell, there's like 6-7 different versions of sealants on their coach. Some of them have more of an adhesion quality. Some of them have more of like a silicone type quality. It still has adhesion to it. But there are tons of different sealants in this industry, right? Just like there's tons of different glues, right? So you can see he went back and hit all this stuff, especially, these S-locks, right? This J-metal, now, granted, I've seen how this stuff all puts together, and I have pictures on our site. This piece is glued to the side. This piece has a piece of glue underneath it, and it's glued to the side. That's why they were not able to like have to worry about having screws like everybody else in the industry uses. Just like I do, like, you know, a lot of good things. They put rivets in here, right? But even we sealed around the fender skirts just to keep water and dirt from getting back behind it, because we don't want it to get and go underneath and do anything, right? So it's just more of a protection thing, right? To deflect the water, right? So make sure if yours doesn't have sealant on it, I would highly recommend that you apply it. You know, we have big old huge gaps that he filled up with black silicone back here and white, and went around like license plate lights and these lights and all the corners down there and all the compartments and all that fun stuff. You know, he went around all the ladder stations, you know. So keep in mind, that's a screw. That's not a stainless steel screw. That's a regular industry standard RV screw on a piece of metal that's powder coated on this side, and it's not going to be powder coated on that side. Now, maybe they did put some putty underneath. I don't know. I've never took one of these off yet. But that screw is going through that putty, through the wall, into the wood backing. And if it's not sealed, water can come around the edge of the screw. Water can go through all that stuff over time, especially if you're pressure washing it, or you're driving through an RV wash or whatever. Again, this service is to be a water deflection. It's to prevent water from getting on it. He even did back here behind the windows, you know, wherever he could get to. You can see it on the sides back here. So anywhere where there was a molding or separation or something that was there, he tried to get to it to apply sealant to it. You know, around the lock he did, around the top of that guy he did. Anywhere where there was a penetration, you know, around the magnetic latches, anywhere we could get something on there. And so whenever we do this service, you know, we don't get to see the coaches move afterward. There's more water dripping, again, from the side. We don't get to see the coaches move. So they're parked and they're being resealed. And so we ask that you know, come in, do the service, and then we have set up a 90-day follow-up service. So, you know, 90 to 120 days, we want you to go out and use it. We want to see how it moves and flexes, because maybe there's something loose, maybe there's something that needs a little bit more sealant to it or applied. So we want to catch that. So we have you come back at no charge. We do a little doctor up service on it to make sure that in case we miss something. So if we miss something on this coach, no big deal. We have you come back in, we're going to get it squared away, right? And that's what that 90 days is for. We want to make sure that the product that we put on, that it adhered like it's supposed to. It may have like washed off or came loose or separated. We want to see if there's something that's moving. So if there's something that's moving crazy on the cap, is there screws that they've missed? Is there something that's behind it that didn't get sealed right? Is there something behind it that's broke loose? That'll kind of help tell us all that stuff. And sorry, that's one of our trucks coming through. Myers is actually here dropping off a bunch of products. So we want to make sure that, you know, that stuff's all protected. So stay tuned for more. Check out, you know, this is not something new. We've been talking about this stuff for decades now, you know, and it's the same materials, right? So let's just throw it out there, right? This is a Brinkley. This is a screw cover. There's a clearance light, right? Here's a Grand Design. Here's a screw cover. Here's another Grand Design. There's the same screw cover. Here's a Heartland. There's the same screw cover. There's a Momentum. It's the same screw cover. There's an older Zeppler. There's the same screw cover. There's an Alliance. There's the same screw cover. Here's a Reflection. There's the same screw cover. Here's a Shockwave. There's the same screw cover. Now, if you got like a $300,000, $400,000 Newell, obviously it might have a little bit better ones, but they usually use those on those as well, right? So no matter what kind you're looking at, you know, here's a Baystar Newmar. It has the same screw cover. Here's a Winnebago Integra. It has the same screw cover. Here's a Cougar. It has the same screw cover. Here's a Reflection and a Solitude and a Solitude and an Imagine and a Shockwave. They all have the same stuff, guys. It's just on how they put it together, right? The compartment doors, maybe they have nicer handles than this one, better locks or whatnot, but it's all the same. So it's just a different sticker, a different color, and maybe there's a few things that are, you know, like a good, better, best. You know, this has got a new style jack on it, right? And look how thin these legs are. And it's a different version. Here's an older style jack. It's got a much thicker ram. Same brand, a newer version, right? It just depends on what it is. You know, these are fairly new too. And so I don't like these at all, but that's just us. You know, I've never traveled with it, so I don't know how that works. But I know when I pick it up with the forklift, this thing is loosey-goosey, bouncing all over the place. And maybe it's supposed to do that, maybe it's not, I don't know. But, you know, I mean, compared to something different, if it had a Gen Wire, there's a more ride one, or there's an Anderson one over there. There's another Anderson over there. There's another more ride, a newer version, different color. There's another Anderson. There's another more ride. There's a Gen Y over on that Solitude. But, you know, there's all different, you know, Pepsi, Coke, Dr. Pepper, they're all different flavors. They're all different tastes. There's all different stuff. So, but the bottom line is these coaches are all similarly products. They're all designed the same. There's no difference in this Schwintek slide out versus that through frame rail slide out compared to anything else here on this lot. The appliances are all the same. Everything is similar. So, you know, when people say, hey, you know, I want to go buy a new one, what should I get? I just tell them, look at the attention to detail. Look at the hardware. Look at the water lines. Is it red, white, and blue, or is it all white? Look at the connectors. What type of connectors did they use? You know, is it brass? Is it non-brass? Is it plastic? What color is the plastic? How is the wiring? Is it all color-coded, or is it just random colors, or is it just, are they labeled or not? Like a lot of Winnebagos will do labeled numbers and stuff on them. So it's just all varies. But anyways, I'm going to quit rattling on. I appreciate you guys watching. Again, we don't do these videos to try to like get the views and get the money off it, because it doesn't pay anything. You know, I come out here and work on something for $200 an hour versus spend a friggin' month every day posting stuff 10 times to make $500, you know, and spend 20, 30 hours to make $500 versus me come out here and working 2 hours and making the same amount. So we use this as a form of advertisement, as a form of a way to help you, the consumer, so that you can see what we're doing here in the shop, like what's going on in the shop. That's what we call that, or in the RV shop with Dustin. So you can see what's going on and know like commonalities and things. So this helps mobile guys, dealerships, other places. You know, we got other videos on other of these lights like this that are always leaking. I don't know if they've ever corrected that or not, but there's holes through them where the wiring comes through to light them up, and a lot of those holes weren't sealed up. So siliconing around the lights keeps the lens from coming loose from high pressure water and wind. And then they had an issue with like an adhesive on it that I talked to Nate about. I was like, hey, why do they keep coming loose? You know, is it the customer pressure washing it too hard or spraying it? And he's like, no, there was an adhesion issue. So I think they've got that corrected as well. But, you know, you don't have to replace those if they're coming loose. You can put a little bit of plastic glue behind them. You can silicone all the way around them, and that'll help block off the water and keep them from coming loose in the future. So anyway, stay tuned for more. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't joined our Brinkley group, we have got a Brinkley RV Owners Maintenance and Repair in the RV Shop with Dustin, and you'll get to see stuff that we're posting like this and doing. And I'm gonna try to get more like in-depth on things and more, you know, how to, but it's hard to, when you're working on them and you're working in the office and then you're helping the guys and then video, and it's hard to catch them, you know. Like Oso's down there replacing a slide out ram on one. Like I said, Terry's over here in the bay doing some slide out seals. Gino's over here doing a body reseal. Dave's in there tearing off a roof and putting a roof on. Byron's in there doing some other work on two other ones. The other guys over here, Zach and Jim, and the other guys are over there working on those. And so it's just, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you soon. Hope to see you in here. If you ever make it out this way, Lodi, California, come stop by, say hi. Pick us up, take us to big trees, to the coast, to San Francisco, Tahoe, Reno, casinos, whatever. There's lots of stuff to do here. We're kind of smack dab in the middle of the Northern Valley, so in any direction, there's something fun to go do. All right, well, hey, you guys, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.